Deborah Roth back again here at Spirited Musings, and this week it's very much on my mind that we today, in fact, are embarking on a very holy day for many, many people in the world, for all of the Jews in the world. I am not one. I will say that right up front. I am married to a Jewish man who was bar mitzvahed and isn't fully practicing now. I'd say he's more a Buddhist than a practicing Jew. But it's a holiday. The whole series of Jewish High Holy Days, as they're called, which begins today, Thursday, September 5th, actually last night, in Rosh Hashanah, and ends, the 10 days of awe that they're called, end in the most deeply spiritual day in the holy day in the Jewish calendar, and that's Yom Kippur. And it varies every year. I live in New York City, and schools are closed on Rosh Hashanah and on Yom Kippur. And I think it's a wonderful time to really reflect on the universal meanings of this period of time, whether or not you're Jewish. And I particularly, of course, love the fact that all of the Jewish holidays, Hanukkah, Passover, Sukkot, are all based on, of course, the Hebrew calendar, which is a lunar-based calendar. And being the moon mama that I am, I resonate with that energy very deeply. So I'm always aware every September when we do the Virgo new moon, as we're doing tonight, that depending on your sect of Judaism, it usually falls on the second night. The new moon, my new moon celebration will often fall on the second night of Yom Kippur because it is tied to the new moon. And in some sects, Rosh Hashanah. Rosh Hashanah is considered a 1 or 2 night, 2-day celebration. And it is a celebration of the new year. So the appropriate thing to say to your Jewish friends is Happy New Year. May you have a sweet and prosperous new year. And one of the traditions that happens in the services, the day-long services that happen on Rosh Hashanah, there's a ram's horn, a shofar that's blown, kind of like the solar-based Gregorian calendar celebration of New Year's when we blow our party horns, but this is certainly a more sacred one from ancient times, the shofar, ram's horn. And as a celebration of the sweetness of life, Jews dip apple into honey, or they have pomegranate or honey cakes to represent the sweetness of life that's coming in the upcoming year. So whether or not you're Jewish, I think the notion of honoring the sweetness in life in the calendar of the year, in the circle of the year, the seasonal circle of the year, we're coming up to, and the high holy days, the Jewish high holy days, always happen somewhere between Labor Day and Columbus Day, which spans the fall equinox as well. So look at this particular holiday, Rosh Hashanah, as a time to celebrate a new phase, a new season, and for those of you that are Jewish, certainly a new year. And as we move through this time, we move ever closer to Yom Kippur, which is the end of the 10 days of awe, and it's marked as a day of fasting and self-reflection. And it's interesting because all that I've learned about the Jewish High Holy Days over the year, Christians, I was brought up Presbyterian. I now consider myself something more ecumenical, more non-denominational. And there's no really reflective holy day in the Christian calendar, the way that Yom Kippur is. It's the Day of Atonement, and if you've ever heard the kind of New Agey slant on that, of the word atonement, it's at one-ment. So it's really a time of reflection and looking at where you've been over the past year, where you want to go, looking at your mistakes. A tough one. your sins in a religious in the religious connotation, and how you can ask forgiveness from those that you have that you've harmed in some way, emotionally, hopefully not physically, and ask for forgiveness from God, Goddess, the divine. And I think it's also a time for self-forgiveness. So I invite you to play with this really, really powerful energy. Play may be the wrong word, of the Jewish High Holy Days at this time. And you can celebrate. You can start today by celebrating with a little apple and honey to sweeten your new year. Enjoy. Let me know how you embrace this energy this year.